Hi, and welcome back to Holiday Vegan Appetizers. We are going to make our vegan cheese ball. So in the last video, I showed you how to make the vegan cheese using a cup of hot soaked cashews drained in the blender with some fresh lemons, some apple cider vinegar, some herb amare, some nutritional yeast, some olive oil, and then when it's nice and thick, scrape it out of the blender. And here's what you would do. So you take a small bowl and you line the bowl with saran wrap, just line it. And then from the blender, you scrape everything out into the bowl, push it all down, gather this saran wrap and put it in the bowl, and then put this either in the fridge or freezer. So this cheese is a bit softer, so I put it in the freezer for about an hour and then let it come out, and it's perfect. So now you've got your cheese ball sitting in your bowl. You're gonna prep the outside because you're gonna roll it. So I just need a knife. Just cut some orange for there. Okay, so I've got here walnuts and cranberries and some fresh herbs. And what I like about walnuts, especially from the freezer, they're so easy to crush. So there's not like a ton of chopping to do. You crush them just with the back of your knife. And once you got all that crushed up, if your cheese ball, see, it's almost easier just to do. If your cheese ball is pretty wet, and because you needed to, have that moisture to blend it, then you're just gonna get maybe, I've got here aside some almond flour, which is just ground, in this case, blanched almonds. That's why it's so light. The skin of the almond has been removed. And you can have that on hand in case you need to add that to work with your cheese ball. Okay, so I've got some roughly chopped walnuts, and these are some pretty big cranberries, so I might just chop a couple of those up. Okay, and some fresh herbs. So you're gonna take your cheese ball out of the bowl and out of the bag. And don't worry about all of these wrinkles or anything like that, because we're gonna wrap this up. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of almond flour there for the bottom. The bottom doesn't need to have too much dried or nuts, because it's gonna be sitting on the bottom of the plate. And then if your cheese ball is firm enough, you can do it that way, or you can set your cheese ball down and just push the nuts onto the side. If your cheese ball has lost a bit of its shape, you can reshape it using your hands. And then just work your way around, that one's too big, chop it up. Putting your nuts, and I like it there with the, it's just a right amount of almond flour and the walnuts, and then dried cranberries, mostly at the top. This would stick on a lot better if I hadn't frozen my cheese ball, but it was just a little bit too wet. So I'm just gonna push them in a little bit more. And then I've got some fresh rosemary and fresh thyme already had on hand from our recipes that we did earlier. And so just chop a little bit up so it's sticky, and put that on top of your cheese ball. And then your cheese ball is going to go, I'm going to add a little bit more on the bottom there of almond. Cheese ball is going to go on your platter, and then you can put your favorite crackers or bread or veggies, nuts, whatever it is that you normally like to serve with the cheese ball aside. So this cheese ball is, like any cheese ball, is going to stay in the fridge. And like I said, if it's a bit soft, then store it in the freezer until you're ready to work with it. Okay, thanks.